Britons are about to encounter a series of difficult choices in the forthcoming autumn budget, Sir Keir Starmer cautioned today. In a pivotal speech, the Prime Minister laid the foundation for extensive tax reforms, stressing that households must withstand short-term hardships for the long-term benefit of the economy. Speaking from the sunlit No. 10 Rose Garden, Sir Keir noted that the situation is worse than we ever envisioned. Sir Keir declared, "A budget is approaching in October, and it's set to be tough. We have no alternative, given the predicament we're facing. Those with the most capacity should shoulder the greater burden, and that's why we're targeting non-DOMs." The Prime Minister criticized the Conservatives, claiming they have caused chaos in the economy, and pledged to restore the decay, impacting public services and economic progress. He committed to tackling a £22 billion gap in the public finances by establishing an economy that works for all. Sir Keir emphasized that generating wealth is the top priority of his administration. However, he warned that before economic improvements are realized, life will become increasingly difficult and that trade-offs in the October 30th budget will be essential to rejuvenate the nation. Addressing an audience of nurses, teachers, firefighters, and small business owners, Sir Keir compared the current crisis to his response during the riots, urging the public to accept short-term sacrifices for long-term benefits as part of the tough choices necessary for actual solutions. While reaffirming his campaign commitment not to increase income tax, national insurance, or VAT, the Prime Minister suggested that other taxes may not be safe. Capital gains and inheritance taxes are among the possibilities speculated to be targeted by Chancellor Rachel Reeves. Sir Keir remarked, "We were candid about the situation before the election. We clearly outlined what tax increases would entail. What I did not foresee was a £22 billion deficit." The Prime Minister also spoke about his readiness to make unpopular choices, including the potential elimination of the winter fuel allowance for seniors. He expressed, "We have made that tough decision to restore the public finances so that everyone benefits in the long term, pensioners included. That is a challenging trade-off, and more difficult decisions will follow. I will not hesitate to make unpopular choices now if it's in the nation's best interest for the long haul. That's what a government of service signifies." Reflecting on the dire state of public finances, Sir Keir pointed out how this had alarmingly manifested during recent far-right riots. He recalled that ministers had to regularly verify the availability of prison spaces due to insufficient funding leading to overcrowded cells. He stated, "The lack of adequate prison places represents one of the most fundamental failures imaginable. Those who were throwing rocks, setting cars on fire, and issuing threats didn't just realize the system was broken. They were counting on it. They took advantage of the fractures in our society after 14 years of failure. That's what we've inherited, not just an economic void, but a societal void, and that's why we must act and adopt a different approach." In response to Sir Keir's address, Shadow Chief Secretary to the Treasury Laura Trott criticized the government for violating long-standing commitments not to raise taxes. She contended, "The government is no longer upholding its promise to shield working individuals from their impending tax hike because, just like pensioners, working families are next in line for labor's tax increases." After pledging over 50 times during the election not to raise taxes on working people, Labour is now preparing to break even more commitments. "This is a betrayal of public trust, and we will hold them accountable for their actions." Thank you for watching, and if you found this content informative, please like and comment below.